of bystanders and the newsstands. Today is a wonderful day that God has made that would and be glad in it. It was wet yesterday night. It was very wet. I just want Mr. Raphael to help me, give me space so that I can do the intro. Thank you very much. It was wet yesterday and today it's a bright Wednesday morning. Thank you for subscribing to Flip TV, for also patronizing and watching Flip TV. I have my wonderful reviewers with me here. I have Mr. Raphael, just Mr. Raphael. I have Mr. Samuel. I have Mr. Chigozie, Mr. Matthew is here, and also others are on their way. Let's move over to the newspaper headlines. This morning, what do we have for the nation this morning? We have the Vanguard newspaper. Also, we do have the Daily Sun newspaper. Good morning. What does the Vanguard have for us? UN body warns of impending famine in Nigeria. UN warns of impending famine in Nigeria. Twitter ban. FG defiant as Ecowas court stops prosecution of users. FG defiant as Ecowas court stops prosecution of users. Interference with Twitter violates human rights. That's from Ecowas court. Interference with Twitter violates human rights. That is from the Ecowas court. Multinationals can't dictate to us. Lai Mohammed is saying that multinationals can't dictate to us. Announces government team to meet Twitter. Alleges Twitter helped crowdfund NSAS protest. Alleges that Twitter helped crowdfund NSAS protest. Says other OTTs face suspension if. Cautions against using VPN. Reps probe circumstances of suspension. Ban will birth harvest of misinformation. Ban will give birth to harvest of misinformation. Varsity Dawn. FG Twitter proposed dialogue medicine after death. FG Twitter proposed dialogue is deemed to be medicine after death. That is from technology experts. $3 million bribery. $3 million bribery. Court sentences ex-rep pro panel chair Lawan to 7 years imprisonment. Court sentences ex-reps pro panel chair Lawan to 7 years imprisonment over $3 million bribery. Court acquits 3 OPC men detained over Igongo crisis. Court acquits 3 OPC men detained over Igongo crisis. MPC amendment bills draconian anti-free press. MBC amendment bills draconian anti-free press. That is from editors, the Guild of Editors. Court orders FG to pay Akwa Ibom Rivers $3.8 billion oil revenue. Court orders federal government to pay Akwa Ibom Rivers $3.8 billion oil revenue. 2 die, 13 vehicles burnt as tanker explodes in Ogun State. 2 die, 13 vehicles burnt as tanker explodes in Ogun State. Let's move over to the sun. Let the sun shine on us this morning. IPOB to Southeast governors. You can't decide Igbo fate on Biafra. IPOB to Southeast governors. You cannot decide Igbo fate on Biafra. Anglican Synod urges FG to engage agitators in dialogue. Anglican Synod urges federal government to engage agitators in dialogue. Buratai Olonisaki named envoys to Benin, Cameroon. Buratai Olonisaki named envoys to Benin and Cameroon. The main headline on the Sun newspaper this morning: federal government reps fight over Twitter ban as Ecowas court stops government. Federal government reps fight over Twitter ban as Ecowas court stops government. Our action in conformity with Terrorism Act, other laws. Our action is in conformity with Terrorism Act, other laws. That is from the federal government. No, it's symptom of emerging totalitarianism. It's a symptom of emerging totalitarianism. That's from lawmaker. Lai Mohammed leads government team to engage with Twitter. Court sentences Farouk Lawan. Wow. One of the longest serving senators, Farouk Lawan, has been sentenced to 7 years imprisonment for $3 million bribe. Court sentences Farouk Lawan to 7 years imprisonment for $3 million bribe. Guild of Editors rejects media bills, urges government not to see media as enemies. Guild of Editors rejects media bills, urges government not to see media as enemies. 2 dead, 13 vehicles burnt in tanker explosion on Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. 2 dead, 13 vehicles burnt in tanker explosion on Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. Gridlock, Sanwo launches 7 new boats, additional jetties. Over gridlock in Lagos State Sanwo-Olu has launched 7 new boats and additional jetties. Uh, Court orders FG to pay Rivers Akwa Ibom 3.3 billion naira oil revenue, $3.3 billion oil revenue. IYC urges FG to pay naira $51 million judgment money to Bayelsa. Okay. President seeks Senate approval of 895.8 billion supplementary budget. Wow. Let's move over to our review this morning. I have Mr. Chigozie. Good morning, Mr. Chigozie.
Good morning, Mr. Christian,
How are you?
and good morning, everyone.
IPOB, you said it yesterday. IPOB has responded to Southeast governors so that you cannot decide Igbo fate on Biafra.
Yes,
Prophet.
as a political analyst, I made my position known yesterday that it had never been in the history that 5 people could speak for over 150 million, except they were delegated by the people. If they don't represent the interests of the people, then they are probably speaking for themselves. It is rather unfortunate, it is shameful and disgraceful for the so-called Southeastern governors to come out publicly to disown their own people. On what basis? Just on the basis of course, satisfying their taskmaster. You see, it's quite unfortunate. They were rattled and, of course, by the unflinching support and loyalty of the people to the IPOB family. They knew they have lost their ground, they have lost the grip over the people. They no longer command the people. You see, people no longer listen to their voice. And the only way they think they can recover such is to align with the federal government or the Fulani Caliphate against their own people. In fact, there are some sins that are unforgiving, especially the sin of blasphemy. They have blasphemed the Spirit of God by denying their own people. And I think I'm of the opinion that the IPOB family, by IPOB I mean the Biafran, the indigenous people of Biafra, we have no place to forgive them. It's just a matter of time. And it will never go down in history with them and their posterity. It's unforgivable. If you can, it's a sacrilege. How can you publicly disown your own people? Look at even the Boko Haram or the herdsmen that were satisfied as the 4th most deadliest terrorist group on earth are still being pampered by the northern political elites. They have not deemed it necessary, or of course, to proscribe the killer herdsmen who are going about across the entire region, killing and manning and destroying people's homes and property, even killing innocent children. They have not been proscribed. But these IPOB who are going about their legitimate pursuits legally could be disowned by the supposed indigenes of that region. Mind you, when they don't understand history, maybe they have been made, so many promises have been made to them, as they made to, of course, Awolowo of great blessed memory. They made to Abiola, MKO. They never fulfilled it. They made such promises to Dr. Zik, the supposed Zik of Africa. They never kept to that promise. And if they think that they could have a way as far as the Fulani oligarchy or political elites are concerned, they are just wasting their time. And an average Fulani knew their lineage. They knew where they come from. For the fact that disown their own people, it means to Fulani that they could no longer trust such people. If they could go to the extent of disowning their own people, Fulani knew, even though they have disowned their own people, they knew that they are an Igbo man. And never allow Igbo rule again, including the 5 governors. We never ascend the hierarchy of power. Presidency as far as Nigeria is concerned, as far as an average Fulani is concerned. They are all included in whatever agenda or diabolic plan Fulani is marching out for the Easterners. It's very unfortunate. Look at how the governors from the Southwest are conducting themselves. Oduduwa post-Congress has been in existence. The governors from the Southwest have not ordered Oduduwa as shoot aside on the Oduduwa's members. You see, look at the mega rally going on in support of government support for Oduduwa Nation, organized by Sunday Igbohu. The state governors from the Southwest had not ordered military to shoot aside. You see, they knew that these people belongs to them. How could you disown your own people? How could you invite external bodies, foreigners, the enemies of your people, to come to annihilate your people? Remember, when they are done with killing your people, they will pick you and hack you to death. Because when the overactions becomes, when the occasion necessitates, you have nobody to back you. It's unfortunate that even the so-called Ohanese and other gullible political elites from the East could align with the governors to commit such sacrilege, unforgivable. You see, I felt very ashamed, and in fact, I don't imagine the brain, the blood that is flowing through these people. And everyone that have been killed, every innocent Easterner that have been killed, the governor should be held responsible. Because that wouldn't have been possible. The killing of these innocent citizens, Easterners, wouldn't have been possible without the conspiracy of the supposed governors. And now they are coming clearly to make it known to us that they are liable to whatever loss that have been incurred or unrest, civil unrest going on down the east. Is unpardonable. And not just them, even their posterity, we have to bear the brunt. Well, that is my personal opinion.
Okay. The Ecowas court has said that the federal government should stop prosecution of Twitter and the people that are using Twitter. The federal government has lost at Ecowas court. How do you think of all that just happened?
You see, why wouldn't they lose? It's unfortunate that we don't respect, especially this dispensation, don't have respect to the rule of law. They claim to be Mr. Integrity. On what basis? You see, he that goes to equity must go with clean hands. They make use of, they exploited the social media in their proper false propaganda to win or to win the hearts of the gullible ones during 2015, parading the supposed Mr. President as the Mr. Integrity. Now we have seen the integrity is very glaring. We have seen his patriotism and placing national interests above his selfish interests. We have seen how far he had been able to water everywhere and power everywhere. You see, within the Nigeria, you can see the streets of Nigeria shining, the streets of Lagos becoming the small London. You can see the rates of employment. You have empowered over 20 million youths. We no longer have youth on the streets of Lagos, on the streets of Nigeria. You see, you have been able to increase, raise the living standards of the Nigerian people. In person of Muhammadu Buhari, under his watch, there has not been any record of casualties, innocent citizens, except for the IPOBs who have been proscribed by him, who he recognized as terrorist group. So this man is doing well to bring down the Nigerian state. That is his agenda, and I think he's good at that. He's, of course, perfecting it.
Rhetoric.
Well, if that is what you mean, well, that is my position. I think he should be given another time. His tenure should be extended, probably after 2023. I will be one of those that will canvass for the return of Buhari, because he has done perfectly well. He has been able to fulfill his agenda. But for the gullible and useless governors down east, it's unfortunate. When you deny your people, Fulani understood your roots. They knew where you come from. Even though you are a Fulefus and whatever they may call you, they knew that you are in Yamuri. They knew that Asorok does not belong to you. They knew that Nigeria belongs to them. And they understood that you will remain a perpetual slave for betraying your own people at the expense of, just on the basis of as what we like call it, crumbles, at the basis of porridge. You betrayed your own people. It's only time will tell what will become of them. But what they should understood, that I understood, that there is no threat that can stop an Igbo man. I'm not speaking for the IPOB, I'm not their spokesperson, but as an Igbo man, I understood this ideology. I understood this belief that you hardly could threaten an Igbo man in no matter what comes. When you think you can push an Igbo man to the wall, let me remind His Excellency in the person of the Buhari, Muhammad Buhari, he should recall that no amount of threats that can stop an Igbo man. He should learn from history. When he was more younger, when he's full of life, when he's in his youthful exuberance, when they declared war against the Biafran state, he was one of the actors.
Frontliners.
Yeah, frontliners in that war. Now he is in his late 80s. So he shouldn't think that whatever threat is meted out, he has meted out to the southern eastern region, or the IPOB or the Biafran family could deter them. They are committed. Once an Igbo man rise, every other thing will go down.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Chigozie. Mr. Matthew, please can shift it. Let me greet our wonderful people. Thank you, Mr. Matthew. Okay, let me greet those that are with us this morning. I have with me Rob Hogg. Good morning, also Rob Hogg. I cite you. Ayobami Oluwasegun, good morning. Ikechukwu Esenwa, a frequent person, I also say good morning. Adeboyega Adekunle from Germany, good morning. Daniel Isoze, good morning. Ikechukwu Esenwa, okay. Hamed Alaga, good morning. Samuel David, good morning. Mr. Victor Obike, good morning. Olori Collins, good morning. Eyakeno Inyong, good morning. Sonny Stephen, good morning. Noble Ihunwo, good morning. Kambasi, good morning. Uwa Enes Ureka, good morning. Also, Kuti 5, good morning. Okay. That's it for you. To the Blessed Child, good morning. George Gamsi TV, Ola, good morning. Azuka Emmanuel, good morning. Chimie Bernard, good morning. Stanley Jegede, good morning. Florence Edada, good morning. Peter Arin, thank you very much for the compliment. I will be Mr. Samuel. Good morning, Samuel.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, Mr. Christian. My name is Samuel Efyong. Good morning, viewers at home. Good morning for your comment, and thanks for watching Flip TV.
Okay. Yeah. FG has lost at the Ecowas court.
Yeah, it's common sense. They don't need to. Those in the ECOWAS court knew how the FG got to power. It's common sense. Were you expecting that they will win?
Indicting the federal government on the way they handle issues with social media bill?
No, you don't indict a man that is not shameful now. My people will say shame no dey cash madman. Na him family members shame dey cash.
So now
So the federal government, yes, the populace, the Nigerians in diaspora and some other countries of the world that when you say I'm a Nigerian, you know, people look at you like that shithole country where they ban Twitter, police can shoot aside from NSAS and kidnapping and so many things. You know, so many things have been escalated to the international scene, whereby if you're carrying a Nigerian passport, you are ashamed. Seriously. So it was expected. You can't win what you don't even. It's commonsensical.
is the war over?
Between federal government and no, there is the federal government is not reasonable enough to know that you can't control what you did not create. The creators of this thing has planned that in case some people like federal government ban this, there should be an app to override. So these people have seen 10 years ahead of a deficient third world country like Nigeria. So it is common sense, and because of the action of the sit-tight syndrome of the government, they are using it as a style to remain in power, to curtail people from really not expressing themselves. So it's not about the territorial integrity. Without Twitter, there's more kidnapping and Boko Haram, even before Twitter came, and that has not really solved anything.
There's a vastly done that said something. He said the ban on Twitter will harvest misinformation, will best harvest of misinformation.
Obviously, nah. So
Can you try and make it explicit?
no, in fact, what will happen is, should be they ban Twitter. We won't be using Twitter. Now what we'll be doing is we'll be doing face-to-face communication. Then Facebook and other medium will be used as a means of communication. Mails. So you'll be seeing everybody developing. In Twitter, you can see a thread, who sent and who retweets. But in terms of those kind of oral communication you have, Okada man, this and that, escalation of violence and every other, there is nobody you can hold because there is no face. I can deny that. But from your tweet, people can screen grab, people can make reference, people can save it. So the technology has been used as a means of also checkmating misinformation and incitement of violence. But immediately you burn that source, other means of communication will flow now, except you turn all of us to dumb. You seal our mouths. So misinformation would even be increased. The government want to use a channel of the normal TV station they can sanction as the regular means of channeling their falsehood and propaganda. Some of their puppets have been saying they've achieved so much. It's true. That's why the common man can drink Gary. The school fees are cheaper. $1 is now ₦1.
This morning, everybody just talking
In idiomatic expression.
Yes,
You see, so that some people will not come and say you that they are arresting you for this. So you tell them, I'm even helping you to say how you perform so well. That's why the common man, they've been eating well. The $1 ₦1 campaign in 2015 has been achieved. All the refineries are working. All the schools are. In fact, I have a poster of Oshibaju and Buhari where they were giving 1 meal per day to the school. They are all eating fine. The schools are more secured in the north and in the south than before. The country is more secured than before. The school system is working than before. The hospital is so equipped to the point that our president have to travel to London and bring some indigenes to come to the hospitals to patronize it. So it is a system that is designed now to work. So are we not going to clap for that wonderful government?
That means if Buhari comes 2023, you vote him.
No, not even coming. In fact, they should make him a life president. Why is he coming? He should be ruling continuously. He has worked so well.
He's a man of integrity.
So many integrity you cannot even phantom. Just like the integrity of if you stolen in other parts, come to APC and your sins will forgive him. So what integrity is as wide and as big as that? So can we clap for the man of uncommon integrity?
I'm surprised this morning you are speaking in, you are trying to shield the truth.
No, I'm not shielding the truth.
Praises.
No, we are praising our president that they came to launch railway, Tokumbo railway, a brand new railway in Ebute Meta. Is that not the kind of railway that is applicable in China and some part of the world? It's the best in Africa. Have you checked countries with the best railway station in Africa? That one they launch has superseded all. So are we not going to thank them? They are working.
But this same government was disgraced at Ecowas court.
Well, they don't see it as disgrace. They are protecting the territorial integrity of the system that favors a few. You see, and that is why you see a people that these people don't have empathy. They don't care. And if you read the Bible, since the time of John the Baptist, the kingdom of heaven suffered violence. The violence taketh it by force. There is no logical argument with this set of people that we work. There was protest. What did they do? They brought out army and killed. After then, what happened? It is a inquiry, from inquiry to committee to recommendation, and the case will die natural death. We understand this logic.
I have one other question. The courts have resumed, and now they have decided on cases. Number one of the cases, court acquits 3 OPC men detained over Iganga crisis. That is one. Court orders federal government to pay Akwa Ibom Rivers 3.8 billion in oil and revenue. And again, court remands sentences S-Rep group next year, Lawan, 7 years imprisonment. Does it mean that the courts now are really working as it's supposed to?
Well, the courts itself, if you read, listen to lawyers in most of our national dailies and our court system, some of us don't even pray to have any case with anybody in court or police station because the system will make even the right person sometimes seem to be the wrong. So you see a system whereby if Lawan appeals with good son and good lawyer, just like the case of Ojus Okalo and the other man in Jos, is it Jang or so that they in prison, they can reverse these things now. So you see a system whereby you check the template of giving somebody that stole meat or goat 20 years and somebody that stole billion maybe 5 or 10 years. So sometimes I feel like being in that position to also get these billions, because the more you steal, the more you'll be able to have funds to get good lawyers to prosecute the case. So if Lawan has good lawyers, this thing will be overturned through appeal and serious legal debate, because the lacuna, the loopholes in our judicial system is so enormous that some of us don't even believe in anything in the country. We don't care, forget the court system.
This country.
No, we've started begging some people, even my friends, like one traveled to pick up a security job in Dubai. So it's not being tired. You see, you go to where you know that your livelihood of survival is higher. I've known from classmates in our university and relations, out of let's say 20, that left this very country, some to South Africa or African countries. I have one guy in Botswana. They perform better not because they were not doing well here. The environmental factor makes you to look useless. So it's a system whereby you want to go to where you know that your life will be better. In a way better for you, now be homo. Forget all this, your father's. You can be in your country and you are worse than a slave. So of what essence that you are in your country, your life is not secured, you don't have good job, you don't have good access to court system, you don't have good police system, you go to police, you complain a case, you mobilize police to go and arrest. So you go to hospital. I've been to Igobi recently to check somebody. I've been to government hospital. There was no bed space. Loot. I go to mention him now. They fear them. So when you go to some of these places, the court is on strike, this is on strike, police has protested for non-payment of salary. So you will even look to go to Cotonou or even another African country. If you see the numbers of Nigeria and Cote d'Ivoire, you have to move because the country is not working. But for the few that have stolen and have found their way to acquire from the system, they will make it look as if the country is working. Majority of the youths now don't want to stay in this country because our own government might shoot you or the police have kill you.
Me, I want to. Me also, I want to go.
So that is the mindset.
You want to go?
Me, I'm not. If I can see who will lap me, or enter plane, I'll stay in the big traveling box. I'll go.
Stowaway.
I'm telling you, because the country is not working. That's just the basic truth.
Or what are your final?
No, final thought is the fact that in every dialogue and negotiation in making the people in power see reason to restructure some basic thing from 1967 to 1970. Directly and indirectly, most of what is termed as the Biafran War, the Igbo War, the coup and the counter-coup were problems that emanated from the structural system that was not fixed. 50 years later,
the same question. So some people have died now, they know who died. The same issue have not been resolved. So it shows that the only thing that will work in Nigeria is maybe when Nigeria get to a state of Syria, that people will be time bomb, blow up airports, blow up some key infrastructure, blow up Abuja. Maybe that is when some things will start working. Because there is no logical conversation of anything that will be implemented in this country. It's either the governors will gang up against the presidency, or gang up against the local government autonomy, or the legislator will gang up, or the policing. So there is always an allied conspiracy of those that are enjoying the system. So it makes those who have not gotten an avenue of livelihood to start looking for greener pasture. So until we get to that stage, either yes now. Either we turn it to a Syrian republic or Afghanistan with tie bomb, or we restructure basic things so that the normal human, you can have access to go. See, I stayed in Odo before I got here for almost 4 hours. I left home 4 a.m. So you see people that they can't construct bridge because of tollgate, they block all the other routes where you can pass just to make. So you see the wickedness of the black man by the black man.
Okay, somebody is asking a question. By your hope, say the country is not working, but they praise Buhari.
No, I think that person is misquoting me. I've never for once praised Buhari. So maybe it's referring to my ironical statement. If what he come as praise is those statements I made ironically, then I think Buhari self knows that I'm not praising him.
Very much, Mr. Samuel.
You're welcome.
Mr. Samuel. Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Mark.
Good morning, Mr. Christian.
Yeah, as we said yesterday, IPOB responded to Southeast governor saying you can't decide Igbo fate on Biafra. How do you look at that?
Thank you for having me. Matthew is in it once more. For what I can understand, what the statement or the position of the Southeastern governors is a recipe for crisis. It's going to escalate the already tense atmosphere in the Southeast. Don't forget that before IPO was tagged a terrorist organization, it was a conspiracy of all the Southeastern governors. In fact, the Southeastern governors sold IPO to federal government before they were finally proscribed and gazetted.
Southeastern governors sold IPO to federal government.
Yes, and said it particularly because in the build-up of the activities accumulated before the prosecution of IPO, Southeastern governors at that time had outlawed the activities of IPOB in the region. So that now paved way for federal government to use the sledgehammer on IPOB. But again, I think the Southeastern governor would have handled it in a more robust manner, in a dialogue approach, rather than selling it out to federal government. Because if you look at what is happening in the Southeast, only God can imagine and understand the level of human treatment being meted to people, the level of extrajudicial killing, the level of human rights violation. And they can do all this because of the position of the Southeastern governors. What they needed to do is to summon stakeholder meeting where they invite all the stakeholders and see how they can mediate peace. Because with their position, it has given energy to federal government to come hard on the Southeastern persons. And if you look at what is happening in the Southeast, it is difficult to identify who is an IPOB member. So by implication, the federal government or the army, the police, the DSS, they may be wrong profiling. We may have a situation where if they just see any youth in the Southeast, they will tag that person an IPOB member, and by implication, a terrorist. And going by the Nigerian constitution, once you say somebody is a terrorist, whether the person is bearing arm or not, the police, the army, the DSS will be justified to shoot that person. So what I'm saying is the Southeastern governors are not doing the right thing. Okay. Don't mind Pastor Gideon. Don't be a rebel. Don't be a rebel pastor. No, I'm only joking. That is what he used to say. He should not be a rebel pastor. So for me, I think what the position of the Eastern governors is not a civilized one.
Should the government bow their heads in shame as they have lost at the Ecowas court?
What do you expect from a government that have no respect for rule of law? I have read the position of the federal government as presented by the Minister of Information, the person of La Mohammed, that Nigerian government cannot be subject to international community or international law, that they have right to regulate the activities of social media, that all of them were registered with Corporate Affairs Commission. But again, he accused Twitter and the founder of Twitter of crowdfunding and SARS protests. Yes. But on one hand, he admitted that the protest was ongoing before it was hijacked. So by implication, it was after the protest was hijacked that we start seeing arson on government property, killing of policemen. By our standard, personally, I condemn the killing of policemen, just as I condemn the killing of civilians. But again, for me, if you look at the killing of policemen, even as condemnable as it is, it started happening after the activity of Nigerian army at Lekki toll gate. So by implication, federal government mismanaged that protest. Because we saw a Lagos State governor, Sanwo-Olu, who was regularly coming to toll gate to address the protesters. And things were going fine. At the point, he even went to Abuja to present 5-for-5 demand of the protesters to Mr. President. So where they mismanaged it is when the military went to Lekki toll gate to start shooting. But again, if you admit that Nigerians have right to protest, if you admit that things were going on until it was hijacked, then at what point was it hijacked? At what point did it turn violent?
Who hijacked it?
That is the statement of La Mohammed, that it was hijacked, perhaps the hoodlums. But the question is, at what point was it hijacked? What necessitated the project being hijacked? But again, if you admit that Nigerians have right to protest, do they, if an individual or a platform is used to fund the protest, and the protest was largely peaceful, for me, I don't think there's any wrong in anybody funding a peaceful protest in Nigeria. Now, looking at the judgment of Ecowas court and looking at the position of the Nigerian government, it tells that we have an irresponsible government. By our standard, it is not whether you are comfortable with the judgment of court or not. Once there's a court judgment, you are bound to comply by it. That's what where we say we are running a true democracy. Otherwise, you are suspending the rule of law. I'm not surprised that the federal government is speaking in this manner, because I can understand in the time past how they brazenly flouted court orders. If I could cite just one, Dasuki was granted bail by Nigerian courts, by Ecowas courts, and after the bail, Dasuki was kept in custody for more than 2-3 years. What does that tell you? That Nigeria do not respect rule of law. And when they want to go against the rule of law, they will cite national security. And they always want to hide under that national security to flout the rule of law, to flout court order. For me, it is not about whether Elijah Mohammed, Nigerian government, is happy with that judgment. What it means is the right thing to do is to abide by that judgment. Look at Trump. At the time when Trump was the president of the United States of America, a CNN journalist asked him a question. He was not comfortable with it. They barred that journalist from White House. The media organization went to court and court reinstated him. As powerful as Trump did not say he want to abuse his power. The man was reinstated into White House and started doing his legitimate job. So what we are saying is, the Ecowas court have not ruled on the substantive case. It is an injunction that they have ruled on. that in the meantime allow Nigerians to be using Twitter, and that the threat of federal government through that Nigerian Federation, Minister of Justice, President of Manami, to prosecute Nigerians who are using Twitter. That Attorney General, that Nigerian government should not prosecute anyone using Twitter, and they even view the suspension of Twitter in Nigeria as a violation of human rights. And I have another word for Lai Mohammed, because Lai Mohammed was trying to advise Nigerians that using VPN will expose them to risk. We don't need his advice, because they are not there for the interest of the common man. I always say it, they are only there for their pecuniary interests. I've never seen any Nigerian policy, coming from Nigerian government that is trickling down to the downtrodden. Where that the downtrodden, the man on the street, the artisan, the Okada rider, the bus driver, where they benefit directly. I've never seen it. Look at the controversy trailing the 744,000 job that is meant to cushion the effect of COVID-19. If this money was meant to be expended on National Assembly members, on governors, up till now, the controversy we are seeing will not see it. That money would have been expended by now. So what are we saying? What we are saying is that the federal government, the responsible thing to do is to abide by that ruling of Ecowas court. What is the guarantee? Because they are claiming that it's an Ecowas court. What is the guarantee? And don't forget that Nigeria is a signatory to Ecowas. Nigeria is a member of Ecowas community. So by our standard, they are under obligation to abide by the rule of Ecowas court. What is the guarantee that if tomorrow a Nigerian court rules on the same issue, the Nigerian government will comply? Because we have seen in the past where the court have ruled, even the Nigerian court have issued a ruling that the Nigerian government refused to comply with. So, Sirap that went to Ecowas court, Ubane has gone to Nigerian court. I think Sirap has equally gone to a regular Nigerian court. Now, if Nigerian court rules tomorrow, I don't see Nigerian government being responsible to abide by it. And it's exposing Nigerian government and the international community as an irresponsible government, as an illegitimate government. How do you expect foreigners to come here to do business where they see you willfully violate valid court order? So what is the guarantee that they bring their money here to establish, to invest, that if there is any conflict and court rule in their favor, what is the guarantee that government will abide by it? These are the likely implications of when government willfully disobey court order, and it's unfortunate.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr.
Thank
Matthew.
you.
Wonderful, Mr. Matthew. Okay. Pastor, good morning.
Good morning.
How is Nigeria doing?
Fine, thank you. Fine, thank you.
Federal government has lost at Ecowas court.
Yes.
Over Twitter ban. Twitter ban. Federal government has lost.
Yes. Now, federal government, Federal Republic of Nigeria is Federal Republic.
Let me read what they say.
What they say.
Interference with Twitter violates human rights. That is Ecowas telling federal government.
Yeah, it cannot ship out. It's banned. Nigeria banned it. Ecowas is Ecowas. It's our government. Understand me? We ban it. We ban
Nigeria is a signatory
to Ecowas. We cannot twist our government.
No. If you are signatory to something,
thank you. What do you do? Obey the law. We can't obey. Sometimes Ecowas don't obey us. We say Ecowas. I'm coming. Okay. We say Ecowas to keep us. All Nigeria say Ecowas to keep us security. Some Ecowas, some African nation deny.
When?
To come and for age of insecurity. Some Ecowas nation deny. Yes, they call. I'm coming.
Okay.
Nigerian government call for what? They call for Cameroon. They call for so many countries in Africa to what? To come together for us to secure Nigeria because of terrorists and all these things. They know. So many of them they don't apply us. So is it not Ecowas?
I have not listened to that. I have not heard that.
Because you know here, because you are not a sound. You must be a sound.
Can you give me?
I don't want to go through that first. Good. What we need to see, Nigeria don't need Twitter. We don't need Twitter. You can't teach us to get Twitter. We have the government. We have independence. We are independent country. We have our facts. We have our speech. We don't need Twitter. Get off. You cannot tell us we use Twitter when we say that Mohammed say it's a threat to Nigerian government. We don't need it. Simple. So you don't need to trade us. Pay us. You must use it by force. We don't get time for that.
Nobody is saying you use it by force.
He said they said that the banning of Twitter is what? It's illegal for Nigeria. Violate what?
Human rights.
What did it violate? He keep our, the Twitter,
Right to expression.
the Twitter keep our children job.
Right to free speech. It violates right to
We don't have any time because since before we have peace before Twitter come.
Okay.
Let us go back to tweets where we get.
Let's leave that one.
Drop that one out.
IPOB told his governors you can't decide to go faith on Biafra.
Igbo state of Biafra, there's no Biafra.
Eastern governors cannot decide. That is what
the
the
state of
IPOB are
Biafra.
saying. They cannot decide
Thank
for
you.
the whole of Easterners.
Thank you,
State of
thank
Biafra.
you. South not agree with Biafra.
I'm
Hear me now, hear me.
Southeast, so I'm not going to
South, I'm coming.
Okay.
South is a part of Biafra. If Biafra no get South, forget about Biafra. You get me? Right from beginning, Biafra want to steal South to themselves to have Biafra. The Igbo people. But since you cannot have it, there's no Biafra. Because since till now, I read very clearly, since 1966, Biafra till now, they don't have Central Bank of Biafra. They don't have even a journalist of even an ambassador of Biafra, no state house of Biafra, no air force of Biafra, no police of Biafra, no Biafra seaport. And since 1960 now, you put nothing there. Even company of Biafra, I don't see one. You see, say Biafra. What do you have as Biafra for us to say, yes, do what you have as the Defense Council of Biafra? Nothing. Even salt. We've been very important. That's the reason that children die for Biafra war for Pachako. Nothing like all the land that have oil in Biafra land is taken by one Only take it all. Abibo that have oil. Who did he take it all from Eleme Junction down to Imo River? So where do you talk Biafra is? There's no Biafra to me. What I'm saying, Biafra from 1966 till now, the Craig have something 1 or 2 or 3 where we say this Biafran Defense Council. Nothing. Till now, we see called Biafra.
Southeast governors decide the fate of
We go decide because we married to Biafra married to us. We go decide because you can't carry our children go sell, go kill. I'm coming. You can't put. I'm coming. We go decide. Nigerian go decide. I go decide. I go decide how Biafra go be. You understand me? You married to my daughters. I married to your daughters. Yeah, are you getting me? I come from Akwa Ibom. From Akwa Ibom State. You are married to my daughters. And we married from your daughters. Abi? We don't want you to carry my daughter to go and suffer. So if you bring us to say you are Biafra and you carry my daughter to go and suffer because you go to fail.
5 Southeast governors cannot determine the fate of over.
Even the elite of Southeast,
okay.
Elite can never even say this Biafra. And you can speak it very clearly.
That's what we are saying.
So you don't have a Biafra. Elite go speak for you. Who are you? You know the guy who been seen.
Listen, Pastor Gideon, sorry, what you're asking is this.
Are you a
Eastern governors, only 5 of them want to decide for all the Igbos.
They go decide because they are what? They are the elite. They are the elite. It's right. They are the elite. You are nothing. You are elite. They are elite. I'm coming. Answer me very quick question. One and other. Igbo, elite lead you. You are a town. You know the elite. Elite control the state. Have governor, have councillor, have indicate said very clearly that the elite in Igbo land, elders of Igbo land, they not support Biafra. Okay. How can you call Biafra? And you have nothing since you say you are Biafra till now you have nothing. So the elite see that even right from beginning, I'm coming. Right from beginning in Nigeria, elite did not support Biafra right from beginning. Sikh did not support Biafra. Ubara did not support Biafra. All the elite in olden days never wanted to support Biafra. So Biafra is nowhere to be found. So you cannot get Biafra.
Okay.
Until when? I'm coming. Until you now do what? I have 2 minutes. Until you now do take in Nigerian government that each government you are selling market in Nigerian government. You are importing Nigerian seaport. You are enjoying the selling market. You do everything you want there. Nobody stop you. Nobody say you cannot do it. You are in Nigerian government. You are everywhere. Unyema is Nigerian this thing. Everybody is in Nigerian. Nigerian government protects everybody go home. If you not be in Nigeria and say you not be in Nigeria, you want to get Biafra, you are putting your people, you make us what? You keep us bad luck, number 1. The Biafra cannot, the Igbo man cannot be free for government. You keep us bad luck.
Okay.
I'm coming. When Igbo man cannot be free for government because of what you say, Biafra, you will give Igbo man bad luck. So you are giving up bad luck since. So stop Biafra protest. You understand me? I'm supposed to be Biafra, but I'm not Biafra. So you not be a Biafra. Okay. You are a Nigerian. All your signboard carry Nigerian. Anyway, you want to go in Nigeria, you write Nigeria. No way you say you are Biafra. Even in your land, your state, your primary school, you carry Nigerian signature. Why are you saying you are Biafra?
Okay, thank you very much, Pastor.
So withdraw from Biafra.
Thank you very much.
Let us join Nigerian and be what? Make Nigerian good.
Thank you
so
very
stop
much.
out Biafra.
Thank
Biafra
you.
don't exist.
Thank you very
It's
much.
the doom nation.
Thank you very much.
The nation of doom.
Okay, Mr. Akbar, can you respond to? Can you respond to? Can you introduce yourself before you talk? Okay. Zakbara.
I thank God Almighty. I thank our Lord Jesus Christ. I thank who made us to be alive today. I thank all our fans abroad who love truth, who follow truth, who want to hear the truth. I thank every one of you. I thank Philip TV who made it possible to hear the voice of common people.
Yeah.
May God bless every one of us in Jesus' name. May God bless Nigeria who made this to be happening. May God bless Biafra who want to leave Nigeria. I am Mr. Akbara, the new Okokondem, in this Second Republic of Biafra, led by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and his IPOB government of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. Now, what is on board?
5 Southeast governors, like we said yesterday, IPOB has responded to the governors saying that you cannot decide our fate as a people.
Now, before IPOB respond, what did I told you yesterday?
Yeah, you said something about.
I said that yesterday. These people cannot decide for us. How can 5 people can decide for a whole more than 50 million people? You come and sit and decide it. Are they one struggling for the Biafra? Governors, Ngige, politicians, are they fighting? Are they the one calling for Biafra? The government of Nigeria should go and talk to the people that are fighting for Biafra, not the people that are not fighting for Biafra. Talking to these riffraffs, I call Eastern governors rats. I call them rats. Eastern governors, they are nothing but rats. They are riffraffs, learned illiterates. Eastern South governors, Eastern Southeast politicians, apart from Abaribe, all the whole Southeast politicians, all the whole Southeast governors are learned, ignorant, foolish people. They are learned, ignorant, foolish people. They don't know anything. They can't represent us. We did not call them to go and speak for Biafra. We elect them as Nigerian governors, not a speaker of Biafrans. Therefore, federal government should look for those that are agitating for Biafra. Federal government should look for those crying for Biafra and go and negotiate with them if there be any negotiation. Where we are dialogue or negotiation. If these governors, stupid governors, come out now to dialogue on our behalf, where we are there when Operation Pattern dance carried out, why can't they dialogue and stop it? Where we are there when head bridge on the killing take place, how do they dialogue it? You understand what I'm saying? When we are there that time, when Uzodinma bring army to Imo State to be Kimbo, where we are there, what do they dialogue for to stop it? Even the killing now in Southeast and the whole Southeast, why are they dialoguing without stopping the killing first? They could stop the killing first before dialoguing. The killing is going on, you are dialoguing. And who we are dialoguing for? The people they are killing. Well, are you okay? You are dialoguing with them to kill us finish. Is it what they are dialoguing for? They are dialoguing on behalf of people whom Nigeria did not recognize. They say we adopt. And so they just did not say we adopt in a circle. Why do they come now to dialogue with the dot in a circle? we are dot in a circle, they will overrun us within 24 hours. Why do they come now to dialogue with a dot in a circle? They could shall go and dialogue with the whole circle, not the dots. So let South East governor bury their head in a shame. Let Ngige, that ignorant, bury his head in the ashes of shame. Nnamdi Kanu, IPOB, Mazop of Chinedu, let me put it, Asiri Dukubo, and others, Zionists, they are the people agitating for Biafra, not politicians. Let them go and meet those people agitating for Biafra. Ask them why. Ask them the remedy. Meanwhile, there will be no dialogue in anything concerning Biafra than referendum or outright restoration of Biafra. People can talk anyhow they like. You cannot build a structure in a nation or in a country you have never achieved. It's when you achieve the nation that you start setting up government. Government start building infrastructures. Government start building bank, building Paris barrack, building other things, building up law. It cannot exist without first of all achieving the nation. Before Nigeria start building their own law, they first of all achieve independence from Britain. Therefore, anybody he is saying, where is the property? Where is the strength? Where the Biafra manufacture for us to be a nation? We have to achieve our independence first before we start establishing other things. We cannot establish it in the air. It was the land of Biafra we established it. So people can talk whatever they like. People that their father is a Fulani, their father is a Fulani can come here and defend the Fulani. He's a stupid pastor. Yesterday he said that he's a politician. How can you call him pastor? So he's a barbarian. I said he's a barbarian. He has mental disorder. You need to take it to psychiatrist hospital to look what is in his brain.
He has his own opinion.
I'm not saying opinion. That's all. A madman has his own opinion. Don't you say a madman when he's walking on the street, you start to talking, picking paper. That's his own opinion. You call him a madman. See, you call him a madman. You know, that's what I'm saying. So now IPOB cannot decide. I mean, the four people cannot decide for Biafra. Biafra have to decide for himself. You understand what I'm saying? Now, coming to Twitter issue. Coming to Twitter issue, I will break the neck of this guy now. I break his neck now. Coming to issue of Twitter.
If you want to come to me, come to me.
Twitter issue.
Now, the Twitter.
We are fighting war in Nigeria. War of argument, war of everything.
Now, let him hand touch me.
Okay,
let him do that and push me. You will see that I'm running mad.
Okay, Twitter.
Now, Twitter issue. We are talking of Twitter issue. Twitter issue, as my fellow Matthew have said, this to prove to you that Nigeria is a lawless nation. They don't respect law. Now, Nigeria is the head of Ecowas. I think that the Ecowas court is in Abuja here, in Lagos, Abuja. If Nigeria did not respect Ecowas verdict, how can other nations under Ecowas respect Ecowas verdict when it comes to their own turn? If Nigeria did not respect Ecowas verdict, then what is the need of them to be a member of Ecowas? That's what I'm saying. If Nigeria cannot respect Ecowas verdict, then where is that law that Nigeria is pursuing? Now, as my fellow Matthew said, when Nigeria want to violate a law, they will hold national security as a point to violate that law. But where is that national security? Where is that security in Nigeria? Whom are they protecting? Whom are they guiding? Is people not be killing? Is people not be destroying? They said Twitter NSAS was sponsored by Twitter. Who sponsored the vandalization? Is it not federal government using twats, using towels and initiate the vandalization and killing? Now, if federal government, if I am West African Ecowas, if federal government refuse to abide into the law, let them be suspended from Ecowas. Not only that, international community, if federal government refuse to abide with the law of international community, let them be suspended. If federal government refuse to restore Twitter and allow people to use it freely. Let every network provider in Nigeria leave. Let them leave. That's the only thing. To know that this government, that federal government, international community are more stronger than federal government. Nigeria is a country in Ecowas. Let Ecowas come against Nigeria. When this one of Gambia lost election, Yaya lost election, it was Ecowas and international community. Still use Nigeria to go and push him to obey the law. Now Nigeria don't want to obey the law in their own time. Let sanction be taken, action be taken against Nigeria. That's what I want to say. Omo Biafra, onara akwanora, onye ndiro babu de chembe niile. I am Mr. Okokondem. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Arhakwanora, Chotekwandiro Bagi Buruburu. Long live Nigeria. Long live Republic of Biafra. Nigeria will exist. Biafra will exist. We become a neighbor. Co-neighbor in peaceful way. Thank God. Praise God. May Jesus Christ sustain us in Jesus' name.
Amen. Thank you very much, Mr. Okokondem. There's a new trend now, the dot nation.
The dot nation, a dot in a circle that has nowhere to go.
I am part of the dot nation.
Yes, it's a parable. The man was speaking in parable. Let me give it an irony. It's an ironical statement. Igbo man can never be a dot in a circle. Everybody know it. You know it. I know it. Everybody knows it. That Buhari was speaking in parable. Biafra, you can't catch Biafra. We are untouchable. We are impalpable. We are impregnable. We are invincible. You can't control us. So that man is dying of jealousness. Look at his mate, running mate, Pastor Obo, the flag bearer of good people of Nigeria, is campaigning for good people of Nigeria. But my question is Mr. Obo a good man?
Yes, I'm a good man.
The good people of Nigeria flag bearer says he's a good man. So that's it.
Remember
Remember what I tell you every day, viewers, when I come here, I say, thank you. Your viewership is the reason why we are here. Thank you for watching every day. Enjoy. Sit back.
Yesterday we were talking about the Southeast governors.
Yeah.
IPOB has responded and they have said that Southeast governors cannot decide to go fate on Biafra.
Yes. Only 5 people. Okay, let me just make it.
But this is why I empower.
I know they are in power. Obiano is excluded. Obiano, my brother, has nothing to do with Biafra. Obiano is just working. He's busy developing Anambra State. That man is bringing a lot of investment to my state, development, infrastructural amenities, and the likes. Every nook and corner. He constructed the international cargo airport at Aguleri there, with the tallest towers in Africa. Control tower. Obiano is not among the people that are saying we will decide for Biafra or IPOB. Exclude my uncle there. Uncle Obiano is not among. They are just 4. Those 4 you see are usurpers. Those 4 you see are political vultures. Those 4 you see are Supreme Court governors. As if that was not enough, they single-handedly invited Abba Kyari to remove Emeka Ihedioha from Mbise. Uzodinma is now the Supreme Court governor of Imo State. Nobody ever wanted him to be there. He went there so illegally. And that is why all this manner of mayhem, commotions, trouble every day, every here and there in Imo State. Any child that says that his mother should not sleep is asking for what? Insomnia or insomnia. You will never sleep too. You will be in a state of sleeplessness if you say that your mother, if you say that Imo people, if you say that Mbisa people, if you say that Olo people will not sleep. That's why there is trouble in that state. Let us say it exactly how it is. I don't pamper the truth. I admire the truth. I admire the truth. I love truth. I don't always like hiding it. Uzodinma is the cause of sleepless nights he is going through now in Imo State. They cannot decide for IPOB. Indigenous people of Biafra encompasses every Igbo man. We are together. I don't know whether people don't understand English. Indigenous people. Ndi Igbo. Ndi Igbo no no no. Ndi Igbo no no no. Ndi Igbo no no diaspora. Are they not the one that will come over and tell us saying nah? See, they are supporting us over there. So we all are here, indigenous people of Biafra, including the so-called 4 governors, usurpers of the southeast. What is the name of that man in Enugu State? Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi, and Uzodinma, who is giving himself sleepless night over much what I consider to be tribalities. trivial things, immaterial things. That's why you are causing yourself sleeplessness. I'm telling you, hooliganism is knocking on your door if you are not a wafer or a ruffian.
Okay, FG has lost at the Ecowas court over Twitter.
Federal government has been losing and losing and losing, but those people, they are just like he-goats, so stubborn. I join NBA, Nigerian Bar Association, every pressure organization, cultural group, you know, in Nigeria, every charitable organization, even the NGOs, all the human rights organizations in Nigeria, to sue them to ICC. Nigeria has more money, more than the whole West African states. Ecowas. That's why they are messing Ecowas cause. Please, if you are aggrieved, if you have anything against Nigeria, please work towards it. Make sure that you get the attention of Amsterdam, ICC in Amsterdam. They are the one that will arrest these he-goats from Fulani extraction that has been troubling this country. These he-goats, Malami, Pantami, Lai Mohammed, they are the trouble we have in this country. El Rufai, get the attention of international court so that they will be properly, legally penalized. If you don't do it that way, Ecowas is nothing to them. They don't even respect Abuja High Court in a normal way. In a normal way, Ibosere High Court here, they can never. They don't even respect Nigerian judges. Our justices that, you know, got their papers in a rightful way, they don't respect them. They only respect Sharia law judges. Somebody like, what is the name of that judge? Sharia law, CGN, Nigerian CGN.
Malami.
Malami na attorney general.
Don't die now.
Okay, don't die. AGF is Malami. Let me tell you, they don't respect you if you go through the normal process as a lawyer and become a lawyer after attending Enugu Law School, after attending any reputable law school in Nigeria. They won't respect you unless you are an Arabic lawyer, Islamic lawyer. If you don't know how to recite Arabic language or whatever, they don't respect you. So let me tell you, go to ICC. It is ICC that will surely give them the kind of pill they needed to calm their illness, to calm their senility. Your president is suffering from senility, chronic sickness as a result of old age. His old age is getting out of hand. That's why he is misbehaving. I'm telling you, it doesn't call a spade a spade. Huh? Is there any trouble there? Okay, so let me tell you, ECOWAS cannot stop these people. It is ICC that can, not ECOWAS.
Okay, let's look at what are your final thoughts?
Okay, my final thought is that the flag bearer of good people of Nigeria, GPN, is Pastor
Tom.
Obong.
No, don't announce it to mislead my name.
Yeah.
My name is Pastor Tom. I bring GPN in to Nigeria.
Good people of Nigeria.
Good people of Nigerian party to deliver you from bondage.
Thank you.
I'm a con.
So you've seen it. You've over there in international, all over the world, international communities. You've seen our flag bearer, Obon. He said he's the one that will sanitize Nigerian political society. So,
what post are you coming out?
What post?
I'm coming out what?
As a president.
As a president.
Of Good People Party of Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rafael.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Christian. And I really appreciate you. You are my brother from another mother. God will bless you because you care for me. Nevertheless, we just talking here. A lot of us don't practice what we preach. When I was sick, nobody even asked me, how is your body here? And they will come here be talking rubbish against anybody here. That should be, I don't think we are one, right? I don't think we are one.
Okay.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you.
Has lost at the ECOWAS court over this Twitter issue.
Yeah.
What does it show them as?
Yeah, they have to lose because I give kudos to Adetukumba Mumuni, comrade Barrister Adetukumba Mumuni. That's the guy behind Sarah. And that guy has been fighting. He's been a dogged Nigerian. And it's not by talking alone. Coming here, talking. there are people that are doing underground battle, fighting underground battle against this government. They went to Ecowas courts to lodge a protest in the courts, to lodge a complaint, to lodge a case against the federal government of Nigeria. And what was the outcome? The Ecowas courts nullified, fought the government, and nullified their suspension. It's now left for the government to implement it. I give kudos. Anywhere you are, Adetukumbo Momone, God will keep blessing you for the same spirit you are using to fight for liberation of Nigeria. God will keep blessing you. Kudos to you.
Okay. Like Mama is saying that multinationals cannot dictate to us.
But they can borrow money from multinationals. They can collect loan from multinationals. You see what these people are saying? I think the way the country is, everybody are not thinking same way. The tongue are different, I say. The nepotism is everywhere. It's not only this guy, you. If this guy leaves position now, your president in power now, Mr. President, that is Buhari, right? If he leaves power today, another person you are bringing on board is going to carry out enough nepotism too. Why? Because you cannot build a house on a shaky foundation. The constitution of this country, right from Clifford Constitution to military constitution, in which they already packaged, which was already packaged for you and I, which they threw at us, and we accepted it because we were eager to usher into democratic government in this country. We were eager to usher ourselves away from military dictatorship to democratic government. So the way the country is now, there is nothing you bring that can stand. There is nothing you bring that can work. The best thing is, let's go back to the regional system. Let everybody go and mind their own business. Please, for God's sake. This is what I'm advocating for now. I'm an Oduduwa guy, and I want to go to my Oduduwa nation. I would like that. We don't need to war. It might be through Georgia, because power of pain. Look at this Adetukumbo Momone I've been talking of now. He has never used any violent way to attack the government, because what they like is when you are using violent way, and they now find an excuse to lynch on you. But the power of pen is mightier than what? The sword and gun. I will even have gun. So the way things are now, what they don't know, the level they are not educated to, you put them there, you fix them up there, and you disgrace them there. When you expose them, they see themselves that they are naked. It's only a madman that will be naked that will not know that he's naked, except the people that are running us, except they have mental problem, in which I believe they have. Right? They have psychiatric issues. That is why a general, retired general, I listened to a retired general this morning. He was saying every year, every month, our leader must be submitting themselves to psychiatric tests every month, just to know how deteriorating the situation is. The National Assembly, that billions upon billions of naira has been allocated for renovation, that they have been swallowing the money. Can you see the water they were sweeping away in the National Assembly? For God's sake, can you see that? And I won't blame them, because we have 99.9 Mumu followership, Mumu youth in this country. We have been bipartisan. We have been partisan enough. And I keep telling them now, if you say, this party, now be that party, because it's good for you under that party, no me say good, it's good for you for life. Oh. Why not let the economy of the country balance, so that any party that comes into power, you won't want to know. Look at what they are enjoying in Western world today. In America, either Bush, Trump enter or Biden enter, the economy policy will still be the main priority for the masses. But these ones, what they are always fighting for is for their partisan politics. Once you don't belong to the party, nothing for you. Once you don't belong to the party, you are nobody in the country.
Okay, what are your final thoughts on all this?
My final thought, I've told you, and I'm repeating it all over and over. If the center can no longer hold, let us calm down and disintegrate. Peaceful. All those ones they are telling you Nigeria is good to be one, is good as one, because they are seeing something to hit, to swallow, to steal under this any government that comes in, because they are politicians. Politics is the most lucrative job. No, let me not even say the banditry has taken over. Banditry is the most lucrative job in Nigeria now, in which the politicians gone. Some of them are affiliating with the bandits as a business partner. Maybe they said it. They said there are some politicians sponsoring bandits, sponsoring Boko Haram. Where are their faces? Well, I saw much pity. A lady, NSAS lady, that they arrested, that gave birth in the prison. But we've never seen any politicians, a woman politician that stole money, that gave birth in the prison. Can you see how callous this country is on the masses? Can you see how callous? And I won't blame everybody, because we are disunited. They've divided us along the ethnic tribe in this country. This one will say, I'm an Igbo man, so I have to support my Igbo leaders. I could hear the case about Iyedioa. Iyedioa case is being come to being because we have the Supreme Court that is a pool of corruptions, that is the den of corruptions. The judiciary is being corrupted by the politicians now. You could remember the Lion case, Lion of what's it called? Is it Lion of David Lion of Bayelsa? What brings up that judgment that somebody has won election, he was preparing for his parade ground within the Supreme Court under the auspices of Mary why? Don't say that. Come on, don't say that. I disagree with you. Come on, don't say that. There was manipulation. There was manipulation. The alliance. You said your own. No madman should insult me here. No madman should insult me here. Do you hear what they say? Do you hear what somebody said?
I disagree with that.
You didn't hear? Can you hear? No madman should insult me here. No madman should you insult me here. There are a lot of madmen among you guys here. If you have any supporters here, there are a lot of madmen. Now, what I'm saying, David Leon, I come for justice here. I come for equity. What is good for the goose is good for the gander. If judiciary are your family, if you have family among the judiciary,
Let's
go and meet them.
Court. What happened?
What happened in the courts was because the vice president, the vice governor, deputy governor, there was a discrepancy in the results, right? Now you now use that punishment of the deputy governor to capture the governor to be. And this is a governor that Mr. Jonathan himself brought down. Because when they saw now that the people that he put in power, they are no more progressive. You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
You hear me?
Yeah.
You hear me?
I hear you.
So that is it. And what I say here, if you want to listen, you listen. If you don't want to listen, go and jump to Lagoon.
Okay.
That's me for you.
Thank you very much.
Go and jump to Lagoon. I tell you, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thanks for the caring.
Please show some love to Mr. Kunle.
I don't even need the
Mr. David also is not feeling well. Mr. Felix also is not feeling too well. Yes, I know. Please, if you can show some love to them, try as much as you can. We appreciate all that you have been doing. Have Mr. Sunday with me. Good morning, Mr. Sunday.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. My viewer, my love. People that love me, even Mr. Christian, give me 5. I still like you. You are my man. And everyone, if I wake up in the morning, if I never read the newsstand, that day will be a calamity. And we only thank God that God give us strength, energy to come out. No matter the circumstances, no matter what the government is taking us through. You understand?
Okay.
I stopped supporting politicians 2019. What Mr. Kule is my brother. Mr. Kule is my friend and my brother. But Look at what is happening in the east with Hopus Odima. That is the same thing that APC want to do. They want to cause calamity in Niger Delta. And I always tell you, anytime I come here, that Niger Delta can never tolerate. They will never have two voices. And the Hausa Fulani know that if they allow, you know that if they allow another party, only one party control East, they will never have a say inside East. And the only person,
your governor has
Oga wait, that one is, in your own opinion, he decam because he want to be snapping picture with General Buhari.
May he decam, sha.
That's why, because he want to be snapping picture with General Buhari, that's why he decam to APC. I'm not APC, I'm not PDP, because two of them is voice me. They have nothing to offer to this country. Anybody that is fighting for a political party under APC and PDP are wasting their energy. Because those two parties are the one controlling things, and even though if I don't make mistake, because when they start through 1960, they have been jumping. 1999 they still jump. All of them jump to PDP before they form another party again. That's how we begin to hear the same people. From 1960, since we get independent, all of that be jumping, and the same people are still control. That's why we come to 2015, we still have a military head of state, 70-something years, still come out and say we want to rule Nigeria. That's General Buhari. And we still have, now they still come only for 70-something years, I mean 80 years. Tinubu to come and rule Nigeria again, and he have reduced in age to how many years? To 69 years. My brother, where are we going? Our children and our unborn children, is it the kind of country they want to come and meet? So when you talk about politics, I never, what my cry this morning, now 37 billion. Renovation of National Assembly 2020. Where is the money? What make water to enter inside National Assembly? And now everybody begin to pack water. That is my whipping this night, this morning. I'm angry because we have a fake representative in different locations in Nigeria. All of them are fighting for their own pecker and their children. That is why, how will a government, they borrow that money from China and use it that they want to use to renovate National Assembly. They share the money, they could not do anything there. And yesterday, only a little rain that fall. Enter National Assembly, another worst disgrace to Nigeria. Those bunch of fools in Aso Rock, they only have pleasure in disgracing Nigeria. And you want me to follow them? You want me to follow them? See, me, I'm not an Igbo man. I'm from Cross River State, Niger Delta. But I still love to support Biafra. If only at all we have one voice and come out to say what we are fighting for is Biafra. How many are the state governor? I be the representative. Even as Nigeria as a whole, the representative, how many are there? Okay? They are no more than us. That is why I'm not afraid of them when it comes to a time to speak. We will continue to speak, and those that want to listen. If you like, you hate me. If you like me. But we have a bunch of criminal and fool. What they know best. Nigeria
37 billion.
Nigeria government have mentality. They have dog brain. From the president to the governor to the senator, they have dog brain, but they have sharp brain to steal our wealth and our resources. When it comes to steal money, they have that brain. You understand? My prayer, don't be offended, don't my fans in the diaspora. When it will come a time that every country will reject Nigeria, everybody will come out to build their home. If you are Biafra, go back and build your home. Because we cannot have a fake leader that what they like every day is to steal what belongs to the masses. And the masses are roaming about, suffering. And we have some people buy private jet. We have some people feeding their children and turning them outside Nigeria. Both the senator and the representative know that their children are in this country. And that's why I say I have a prayer point for them that every country, very soon every country will reject Nigeria because of the mad government we have as our leader. Then we'll know that we are into a grim mess. When those on outside, when you go to America, a medical professional we have in America, many of them are from Nigeria. But what do they have here? That's why the president will both a private jet to go to London for treatment. He will never do anything about what is happening in Nigeria health system. That is when the senator sick, Tinubu have a malaria problem, he fly to where? To UK. And that's the person that want to come and become president of Nigeria. That's the person that is clamoring that want to rule Nigeria. He have already put in mindset that anything that happen to him, he have already have hospital in UK that he went there for treatment. Like Muhammadu Buhari have already budgeted his own. And the same with other minister, Mama Dara. Mama Dara sick 2020 December. Where is him? Chief Justice of Nigeria is only Nigeria, African country that never have a Chief Justice that is still in a sick bed. Since December 2020, where is him? No news whether he's alive or he's existing. Even the Sharia law chairman that they put that made Nigeria to be where they are today by the sponsor of Muhammadu Buhari and Co. and Mustafa Abakari then. And now Gambari have taken over. Those are the terrorists we have in Aso Rock that are tormenting the life of the innocent people. The innocent Nigeria can never walk freely. When you go out to protest, I always pity Nigeria police. Nigeria police, how much are you receiving as your salary? 45,000. If you are not a sergeant, you cannot collect 50,000. And your allowance, you don't receive. And but when you come, that youth, what you expect their feeling, you come out to oppress them. But the same government are not paying you allowance. Even your salary, that month finish, you can never receive it. I pity for you. But that's why many police, I know many police that retire, they have never received their pension until today. They are just there for nothing. But when it comes to youth, instead of that to join the youth to protect that those people are fighting for our rights, that's when they'll use live bullet. They'll begin to crack gun for live bullet. But when Amraba is robbing somewhere, it will take 2 days before police will reach that scan. But when they hear that youth want to protest, before they break, 4 o'clock in the morning, all the police, they will be there because they don't want anybody to protest. Are we going to continue like this? Why can't you speak to yourself? If you like, you get angry with me. If you like, you no get angry, no concern me. But we must tell you the truth. The truth is bitter and the truth is good. We cannot continue as a fool in this nation. You understand? That's why you see, those are the people that EFCC should be following. But those are the people having meeting with EFCC chairman, MD of oil company. Those are the people stealing our money. Those are the people that EFCC should arrest overnight and put them where they belong. But look at where they are having meeting. That is why we don't have anything to write home in this country. I'm angry this morning when I come out because we can't continue like this. If we have a youth that know their right, this thing will not continue. I thought when they bring this man, everybody jubilate that is a youth. But in all youth, they are brainwashing. This man will be brainwashed. Look at the people he's sitting with. Those are the people that steal million, that make Nigeria to reach to where they are. That is why even our oil, you can benefit from the oil of this country. If your father or your mother is not in that system, you can never benefit from it. But why are we bragging that we have oil? We have mineral resources. Who are controlling it? Look at them. And these are the people that the EFCC should be going after. But they are having meeting together. How do you think the country can work? It can never work. To hell with all our bad leadership. And the number one Igbo enemy that I want to say to you today is Joe Ibokwe. That's the one working for Lagos State Governor. Joe Ibokwe, he has been speaking because they give him a little position. That one, he speak rubbish out of his mouth. He's against his people like other Mumu governor we have in the East. How can 5 governors speak for 20 million people? It's not possible. Even in my pastor said, if you want to speak the truth, it's not possible. Because if you go to East now, millions of Igbo have determined they don't want presidency. What they want is divination. Because we cannot, since 1960, they have marginalization. Only herdsmen in Fulani have been controlling this country. Nothing to write home about. We have an elite. Elite that they elect into a position, but they cannot speak when they're in that place. Only one man that can speak is Aberibere. I don't know, but he's my mentor. I love him. He can speak, he's not afraid of you. That's the person that wear dot in a circle yesterday. He went there. He wear dot in a circle. Say you are calling a particular people dot in a circle. But those people are more than what you think. He tell them in the Senate House because he's not afraid. That is a person that make up his mind to represent the people. Not like Okorocha, not like other senator and representative. Those who are fighting for their children. No Okorocha Pikin. No Okorocha Pikin is in this country. All of them are in outside country. My brother, that is why I say, even the East and the South, the governor cannot speak for the people. You know understand? You know that 2013, 12, Boko Haram inaugurated Buhari to be their spokesperson. It's Buhari that negotiated for Boko Haram in 2013 and 14. And people never seem to understand the same Buhari that is there, that is fighting people that want to speak for IPOP. In every region, when you want to fight for freedom, you must have person that will stand for you. During OPC time, they have people that speak for them. But now, they forget so soon because they are in the seat of power. The seat of power that will soon consume them. See, my brother, I don't get too much time to talk. We have many history. And not that as you come here, we don't have a history. We have a history. But those people in Aso Rock, they never like us. Their wish is that maybe they'll wake up one day, all the masses have died. But thank God for coronavirus. Coronavirus go to every country. But because of the love of God, coronavirus never reached Nigeria in 2020. Many people die in different countries. If we come to Nigeria, I tell you, the government will not have your time. That is where you see they will be flying themselves. Even when they block border, they will be penetrating, finding money to bribe them with our money. And that's why they built National Assembly for 37 billion. The place is still leaking. And some people are laughing with them. And you are laughing with mad people that never like you. The money, that 37 billion can solve many things. That's why you see in Nigeria. Yesterday, the president is saying that they want to give 77,000 jobs. That 77,000 jobs, 300 people are the people. It may be 3,000 people that they will pick from that place because the president will pick his own number that he wants. If you read there, they may do interview. Interview will bring up 5,000 people. The president will say, now 3,000 people you want. Will you fight the president? No. That is the people that the capacity can reach. But one day, Mr. President, Mr. Governor, Ebi, forget to call you Mr. President, no, they carry shoulder. Oga, I no call na president, I no call na Mr. Governor, Oga, Mr. Muhammadu Buhari, all the governor 36 states. When you know that the country, the youth, now know what they are fighting for, the time will come, everybody will rise up for them.
Okay.
Not now again.
Thank
you everyone.
Mr. Sunday.
Thank you. What is happening in Nigeria is what we are telling you because everybody, all our government are mad people. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Okay, Pastor, good morning.
I just your phone, so I know I'll be short man. Man, calm down.
Your
Yeah.
perspective, looking at
Thank you so much.
Today,
Yeah.
what are you going to make of it?
Thank you so much. Actually, I have to be guided by Bible principles.
Okay.
You know that one. If you check the book of Romans, chapter 13, you read, start from verse 1, coming down. Those in authority, our political leaders, the Bible says we should respect them. Relative subjection is only when they want to cross the boundary of freedom of religion. That is when there's a problem because that is right inside the Constitution. So it is not proper for us to be abusing our president and those who are sitting with him. You understand? No matter how we want to vent our anger, we have to take it easy. We can express what we dislike in a manner that shows respect to them because they are there for a time and they will not be there forever. But the other side of it, the portion I actually want to share with you, because generally, is 2 Timothy chapter 3. If you start from verse 1, it says, but know this. All of us ought to know that we are living in the last days. The last days of what? The last days of satanic administration. Before the advent or the coming of Jesus Christ. So that place tells us that people will be lovers of themselves. So you can say we are lovers of our people are lovers of themselves. You can combine all of them together. Yes. People love money. Boastful. People are haughty. People are blasphemers of God. You understand? Disobedience to parents. Unthankful. Disloyal. Having no natural affection. Not open to agreement. Slanderous. Without love of goodness. Without self-control. You see that kind of thing. Fierce. You see people having no natural goodness of human relationship. And then you have betrayers.
What's the way to go now?
Yes, betrayers. That is where I'm coming down. Then you have people who are, how can I call it? Very, very stubborn, naughty, puffed up with pride. They have the lovers of God, lovers of pleasures rather than lovers of God. Now, you have people who have a form of godly devotion, but they don't obey the principle of that. And what more, you see them learning and never coming to the accurate knowledge of the truth. So when you are interviewing people, you are going to see this type of characteristics. So now, for me and you, those who are lovers of God, keep right.
Okay. Moving towards the end of the program today, I thank everyone that has spoken, that have brought out their time to be with us today. Thank you, viewers, and also people that have been active on the live chat. Thank you very much for being with us. We are also on Facebook, Flip TV NG. You can visit us on that Facebook page to get more reviews and updates and also commentaries. I'm Christian Chuku on this wonderful edition. A big thank you to the man behind the camera, Femi Davis, and also a big thank you to Boss Flip TV. If you want to reach me on my Facebook page, Christian Chuku, Christian. Chuku Christian is the name, and you'll see, get more information from that aspect. Until tomorrow, bye for now. Till we meet next time. Thank you.